Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a video talking about the 100. And again, I want to apologize. I'm on my webcam again. My phone, for some reason, takes an extremely long time to, transfer over and stuff like that when I record on that, even though it is better quality. This video is going to be like an edited thing or anything like that. Not that I do enough of that anyway, but I just sort of wanted to sit back and finally give my thoughts, at least some of my thoughts on mainly the final episode of The 100, which was the series finale called The Last War. Just sort of wanted to give you my impressions of that, a little bit about how I felt of the last season as a whole, and not necessarily give the show a send-off, because I do plan doing another video on the 100 within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully. It's just been, I haven't done enough videos lately. It's just been tough with my full-time job, and other things have come from my personal life and such. But I do really want to get back to making videos. No matter how many people watch them or don't, I still enjoy doing them. But yeah, within a couple weeks, I do want to do a video ranking the seasons until 100. As well as maybe doing a final character rankings. I'm not sure on that one, but I at least do want to rank the seasons overall. And yeah, I know I haven't really been very consistent on my 100 video reviews for a while now, but I gotta tell you guys, the 100 I'm going to sorely miss. At one point it was a fixture on my channel. I remember in my channel doesn't get a lot of views, okay, I know that. But I remember in season 3, when I was reviewing every episode, I got like thousands of views on some of my videos, guys. Some actual, thumbs up and thumbs down reactions too. So that was actually quite a hot time for my channel standards anyway. I remember that. I reviewed through season 4, through season 5. I reviewed a couple in 6. Season 6 was my least favorite season, although I do love the Nevermind episode. And then I reviewed the season 7 premiere. But I did at least want to give my closing thoughts on the final season and the final episode. But I am going to sorely miss the 100. I have a lot of great shows I've watched over the years. I have a lot of all-time favorite shows. The 100 is definitely another one of those. At some point in the next couple months, at least, I do want to do a video ranking my all-time favorite shows, which is incredibly hard to do. I've watched so many great ones, but I think I'd be lying to myself at this point if I didn't put 100 in the top 10 of all the great shows I've ever seen. It really is. I know a lot of people had issues with this final season, the final episode and everything, and I did too. I definitely have some gripes, but overall I do feel satisfied, mostly. But overall I am just glad that we had the show, It's definitely one of the most unique shows on TV in the past decade, 10, 15 years maybe. If you guys don't know, I fucking love Eliza Taylor. It's great to see her journey as Clark throughout the whole series. She is my favorite character, has been from the beginning. Deal with it. I know she's kind of controversial in the fandom, but Eliza Taylor is always amazing, as was the rest of the cast. I love seeing them grow. I did prefer it when it was more like a survival, kind of Earth-based show. I didn't mind the sci-fi elements that were added a little bit later. 6 felt like a retread, a bit too much. 7, I felt like I enjoyed a little bit more overall than 6. I really didn't have much of an issue with season 7, honestly, or the final episode. Minus, yes, we're going to have to address this at some point. Bellamy Blake, Bob Morley. Killed off in Blood Giant, I think was the name of the episode. I think it was episode 12 or 13. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I feel a strong urge to rewatch the show. I'm sure I will at some point. Because when I had watched when I was with my girlfriend at the time, watching with her, it's even just a huge nostalgia trip to go back at that point. Now it's over, I'm sure it's going to hit me even harder. But yeah, Bellamy Blake. I know supposedly he and the showrunner Jason Rothenberg had some behind-the-scenes issues. And it's great that Bob and Eliza Taylor are actually married in real life. Don't take my word for it or anything, okay? Supposedly, they may have had some kind of miscarriage. I'm not sure, which is completely awful. Which again only adds to the Maddie scenes, for example. But then Bob, he was dealing with some, of course, personal issues with that. Some depression, just having to face what happened or something, or at least some sort of personal issues. Again, I'm not going to pretend to know for sure, but he had asked for some time off. Supposedly Jason Rothenberg is already partway through writing the season, so supposedly he had to scramble and rewrite it with Bellamy in a briefer role or something. But you write him like that. You make him a fucking disciple of Cadogan. Okay, I'm gonna let loose a little bit. I apologize for the language. And again, FYI, I'm not as pissed about the season overall as some people are. Overall, I'm happy with it. I do look back on the show incredibly fondly. But still, I'm gonna let loose here. You write him like that, make him a fucking disciple. I didn't mind the episode where he's on his own, stuck in that other reality with Jonathan Scarf. Good to see him jump over from Van Helsing for a little role. I thought that was a well-made episode. You have Clark shoot him, okay? You have to essentially protect Maddie, right? And people said, oh, she didn't even go for the book, so she did it for nothing. Did they not see the whole scene? Did they have their eyes shut? Were they paying attention? Because Clark clearly runs for the book, and then she's headed off by a couple of the agents, and slowly, or the disciples, and slowly more of them are coming in and everything. So she had to get out of there. Yeah, she probably could have shot Bellamy in the leg or something like that. I don't know, shoulder. But Bellamy told her seasons ago, make it a kill shot, right? God, it's just a sucky end. Like I said, Clark is my favorite character. Bellamy was always a close second or third. My favorite characters were Clark, Kane, Alexa, and Bellamy. And after that, probably Raven and Echo, but we can go over that another time. Octavia too, I acknowledge everything she's done. I don't know, man. I understand, the way they tried to write it. Bellamy finally just broke. He needed to find a reason for everything that's happened. It's a very human thing. I understand that with all the shit the group's been through. So I get that perspective, and the way he was, how long he stuck, that really harsh environment and everything like that. I get it, but I still feel like we've seen so much growth in Bellamy over the series. We've seen him really just. Sometimes his main concern was making sure Clark was going to be okay. He seen what he did for her last season, and whether it was ever going to be romantic or not, I'm not going to go into the Villark thing. But even without the potential romantic side to it, they obviously had a deep love and respect for each other. And just to see him, I kept seeing him being confused and kind of turning him in the way he did, when they had first seen him as a disciple. But come on, if you're gonna kill off Bellamy, don't make him go out everybody hating him and thinking he couldn't handle it and that he betrayed him in the end. Even though they do say they know what the old Bellamy would have done and stuff like that, so they give him a little bit of credit because they know it wasn't really him in his right mind anymore. So they don't automatically write him off as he's terrible or something. No, it wasn't his fault what happened. But still, if he had to write him off, if he had to kill him, have him go out self-sacrificial, maybe have him kill Jonathan Scarf, to finally protect Clark and Maddie and the others in the end or something like that. Or a big group of them and hold off Cadogan himself or something, who knows. Something like that. Or at the very least, if you're going to kill him the way you did, have him appear at the end with the others that rejoin Clark on Earth. I know people that died before Transcendence, couldn't do it or whatever. But Bellamy still deserved it. I know Bob Mallory wasn't around a lot, but they could have still filmed it ahead of time, even put him on a green screen or something. It just hurt, just nothing. He dies, sort of resented and stuff like that, at least. And it stings. Okay, it does. It's definitely gonna pull me down a bit when I do try to rewatch the show. Not that I can't, because I will. But it's definitely a major bummer, at the very least, that that's the eventual end to really one of the most fleshed out characters of the entire series. I don't know, that hurt. The rest of the last episode, though, was good. Clark failing the test, I thought made sense, despite her intentions, all the things she's done. She can't get that blood off her hands. It still is what it is, I guess, whatever her reasoning is. I was always a big Clark advocate. I know she has flaws, but I fully believe in her heart, and I understand, both the selfish and greater good sides of her that she's done over the years, too. Thought it was really interesting, her, how she just slammed, this being, that was appearing as Lexa, which we'll talk about in a second, for being no better than her and no better than them and stuff like that. Was really, really nicely done. I almost said Elijah Dushku, but Liza Taylor did such a phenomenal job when she lost Maddie. Absolutely heartbreaking. Just holy shit, she deserves some kind of award for that. I thought that was nicely done. Seeing Lexa again as this, I forget what they're calling it, judge for Clark, just like Abby appeared for Raven and everything like that. I thought it was good. I mean, it takes away from her a little bit because, it's not Lexa right away, and it never is. Still, I thought it was a good ode to how much they meant to each other. Obviously, again, reaffirming that Lexa was the love of Clark's life, thus appearing as Lexa. So that's still nice. In what realistic way could they have had the real Lexa appear? I don't know. So it was still good that they got her back, and they got her in the iconic Lexa get up and everything like that. So, it should be. It is what it is, but still has to be appreciated, I'd hope. The music they played at the end when Clark thought she was going to be by herself, and you see a Picasso, the dog. I won't want to see Clark punished like that, but at least she would have a dog for a while, right? Still good. Murphy's part, wanting to implant Emori into his mind, even though he would eventually die from it. I thought it was really sweet. Murphy has come such a long way, arguably the most changed character in the show. Richard Harmon, nicely done. Overall I am happy with it. It is sad, a little dark that, they're not going to be able to procreate or anything like that, so humanity is basically done when our characters eventually do die after hopefully a long life, chilling out together. Octavia's whole speech, to actually show that there was humanity worth saving to the higher being, I thought was good. Again, it is frustrating because, okay, this higher being is obviously hypocritical and see things in a very black and white way, but it is what it is with that. I thought it was a good, basically landmark, a good flag for the Octavia character to be planted on, that she did that, and Raven being the one to guide the being to see this happen, I thought was, again, nicely done. It gave me all the feels. I cried, for sure. So I am happy with the final episode overall. The Bellamy thing really just nags the living hell out of me, man. If it wasn't for the Bellamy thing, I'd be pretty much no gripes with it. Season 7 isn't my favorite season. I did like it more than 6, though, overall. If it wasn't for the Bellamy thing, I'd be pretty damn near, peachy with it. And I am overall it's hard not to let the Bellamy thing affect me, and it's unfortunate that that's where it left. Overall, it doesn't take away from it. I still look upon the 100 extremely, extremely fondly. I told you how highly it still ranks for me among my all-time favorite shows. Hopefully we'll be able to specify that more within the next few weeks or so. It's a big video to do. Eventually you will see, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, ranking of the 100 seasons, and after that, ranking all my favorite shows ever. So we'll see about that. But overall, gripes with the final season, but I think it was overall an improvement over 6. Final episode, well, it still left me, a nice bow around it, I think. I was like, it got me. So, yeah, if I had to rate it, I'd rate the series finale like probably like a 9. Phenomenal acting, music, and everything like that. 8.89 out of 10, I guess. So, what you guys thought about? How are you feeling with the final season of the show overall, the final episode? So, yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.